Hi there, folks. So let's say you are presenting some information to an audience in the form of PowerPoint slides. You may be a teacher presenting something to students, or you may be an employee in an office who is presenting some information to your coworkers. And you're using Microsoft PowerPoint as a mechanism to share some information. Let's also say that in your audience, there's at least one person who is deaf. Now, in your presentation setting, wherever you are, in an auditorium or in a conference room, in a classroom, you may not have access to a sign language interpreter, so there's no one who's available to sign, and you yourself may not know sign language. So in those scenarios, how do you make sure that your deaf audience members can understand what you're saying verbally? Now, if you are using Microsoft PowerPoint, there is an add-on that you can use, which what it does is it captures everything that you're saying verbally and presents all of that in the form of words on your slideshow on your screen. So it actually works as real-time captioning. Let me show you how. The first thing you'll have to do is download this add-on, right? So you might want to just Google, here, let me show you. You might just want to Google Presentation Translator, and from your Google search results, you will reach this page. And from here, just download this add-on. And after you install it and open PowerPoint, you will see this button called Start Subtitles under your slideshow menu option. And before you start your PowerPoint, if you click the Start Subtitles button, it will prepare PowerPoint to start capturing your speech. So it walks you through a wizard-like process where it says, "Hey, what language will you be speaking as a presenter, and in what language do you want all the subtitles to be displayed?" Okay, so you choose a language from a pretty extensive list for both these options, and you choose the microphone as well that you want to use to capture all of the spoken words. Now, you may have multiple mics attached to your computer the way I do, so just make sure that you choose the right one. And then you click Next. Excuse me. And when you click Next, it does some things. It just starts preparing to start capturing subtitles, and then it starts a slideshow. And you can now see that I have this extra slide where it also displays. And what this QR code does is it lets the deaf audience member to start following the captions on their phone also. And you can now see that the captioning has actually started. And notice that it makes a few mistakes here and there, but for the most part, it does pretty well. So what I'll do is I will go through my PowerPoint and I will start sharing my information as I normally do. And at the bottom, you will see some text being displayed, and all of this is things that I am saying verbally to my audience. So I can go through all of these slides one by one, say what I want to say, and if I have deaf audience members, they can also follow these subtitles and understand what I'm conveying verbally. All right, so it's a free add-on that you can use, and just try it out, practice with it. It does a very good job for the most part. As you can see, it may make a few mistakes here and there, but it's much better than not having a sign language interpreter or not having the ability to let your deaf members know what you're speaking about. In the next part of the video, I will also show you how the mobile phone app works. All right, thanks for watching. See you soon. Welcome back. In the first part of the video, we saw how we can use a free add-on called Presentation Translator for Microsoft PowerPoint to convert all of our spoken words into subtitles that can be shown real time on your slideshow, and that can be followed by your deaf audience members so that they know what you're talking about. Now, let's say that while you're presenting, your deaf audience member is way in the back, and from where they are, they cannot see the subtitles very well. And also, it's likely that during the presentation, they may want to ask you a question as well. So how do you give them those abilities? How do you make sure that even wherever they are still able to follow the subtitles, and how can they ask you questions? Let's see how that's done. So again, in my PowerPoint, I will click Start Subtitles so that the subtitles can be shown on my slideshow. And it's going to walk me through that little questionnaire again. So once this loads, I'm just going to click Next and wait for it to load. Now, once it's loaded, the deaf audience member will go to this website by capturing this QR code. All right, and you can see that the conversation or the subtitles have already started. So on my phone, what I'll do is I will join this conversation, okay, and I click Enter. And now, once this loads, I will be able to follow all of the captions, all of the subtitles that are being generated by PowerPoint onto this app. So as an instructor, that person can just go through the slides, say what they want to say, and all the captions that are being displayed on the PowerPoint will be displayed on the phone also, right? And if the deaf person wants to ask a question, how would they ask it? For that, the instructor has to unmute the audience first. So if they click these ellipses and say unmute audiences, now the audience members have the ability to type a message in this conversation. So I can say, I want to know more about relationship intelligence, right? And send it. And now you will see that on the subtitles, the window where the subtitles are displayed, the deaf audience members' question is presented there as well. So now as an instructor, I can just answer this question and continue the dialogue, and all of those whatever I say will be displayed on the slideshow. All right. And as an instructor, I can also, if I want, I can save the transcript as well to share later with my deaf audience members. And similarly, on the phone also, the phone app as well gives the ability to save the transcript so that anyone can go back and refer to these notes in the future. All right. So, and one real quick thing. So this presentation translator is available only for Windows so far. Hopefully they'll make it for the Mac version of PowerPoint as well, but currently it's only available for Windows. Anyway, so if you find yourself in situations where you're presenting to deaf audience members, use this add-on, give it a shot. And of course, the more you use it, the more it learns from your speech and the more accurate it gets. So it's much, much better than having no sign language interpreter or no ability to make sure that your deaf audience members follow you. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.